when we're in this mode, we're waiting for the big win and we need like something drastic to change. We're thinking that it's going to be a new government, like a major tax policy. It's a lotto win. It's an inherent. Yeah. And it's external. And I think that's where we're looking. But I reckon that how you start to get out of this mode is then going, okay, what are the small wins that I can have? And so one of the things I wrote down was like, save and invest from your pay. As much as you think that you can't do it, start with $1 and just start saving, because you've basically built, it doesn't matter if you're saving, $1 versus 100 or 1,000 or whatever. Of course, everyone graduates and gravitates towards the big number, but it's a change in habit. And all of a sudden you've got a win, and you've got a win that you weren't doing. And then once you have a win, you're like, oh, okay, like what else is here? All of a sudden as well, the $10 becomes $10.10. Sheesh, I didn't have to work for that 10 cents. That's pretty buzzy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and then you spot another win. And then, maybe you find some new education where you start learning about investing, or how can I then go from $1 to $2? And you're going to be building momentum. And that's what it's going to take to get out of survival, is changing habits and building momentum. But it starts with the small wins. But I think in this mode, we assume that it's going to just be this drastic change where all of a sudden you're going to get a 30 grand pay rise or something, or this big win's going to come out of nowhere, and you'll just be out of the mode, and you'll be like, man, that was amazing. I'm like so glad. But you've got to create it for yourself to get out.
I think that's where a bit of goal setting can come into play, because I think when you get into this stage, you need something that will continue to provide like motivation or determination when shit gets hard, because it will get hard.
Yeah.
There's going to be a period where something happens and you're like, I've set up my investing plan of 100 a week or whatever, or pay off the card, and then I can't do it this week. And if you have a downfall that doesn't suit the plan that you started with, you really have to make sure that you've got something bigger that will continue and drag you back on the path. I'm not like a huge goal guy. Like, I've got pictures in my head. I don't really write them down or stuff. I have in the past, though, when I was sort of like in this area, I did.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to have, it depends on the person, but it's okay to have really big goals. But I think in this situation, if you have those big goals that you want to believe in, you also need to have like a shorter term realistic goal, and then like break it down. Like, don't be like, oh, in a year I will have created Facebook.
Yeah. Because that'll take 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to do that, push that one out 10 years, and then let's go back to, right, I need to get rid of this card, that's number 1. I need to get rid of this buy now, pay later, that's number 2. I can do all of this over the next 9 months, and then the next stage will start. I think that's another part of being honest with yourself, is how realistic it can be. And what I've noticed for me back when I was doing that stuff and being a little bit unrealistic with some of the bigger stuff, but realistic with the shorter term stuff, is you'll be surprised at what kind of opportunities come up when you start doing things better. And yeah, you have to be careful not to get attracted to the shiny object, but the more better you do, this will make you a better person, by the way. And when that happens, you carry a different aura, and people notice, and you'll probably start glowing when you start achieving something, because you're on a journey and you can feel good about that. You feel proud of yourself when you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, stuff will pop into your, in front of you, and you'll have to be careful about what you say yes and no to, but good things happen to when you're doing that, eh?